have a clip of what Destiny has said about that very thing.
Get the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd.
I've got to say, I just found that repulsive. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, that makes you, frankly, despicable.
We got to talk about the most unhinged person right now in American politics, specifically the commentating space on YouTube. I'm not even sure how this guy is still monetized, how he's still making money, because YouTube banned me from making money for a long time for being incendiary, I guess, whatever. And this guy's not banned. This guy's not demonetized, really. So he says some wild things on his YouTube streams. And here is Piers Morgan absolutely wrecking him and giving him a reality check about life, about people. This guy, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Destiny, man. At this point, you know, I've watched his channel a lot. For a liberal, I think he's very, very smart and articulate. Sometimes, like, he moves to the middle on certain issues, which I like. But this, there's no coming back from this right here. There is no coming back. There is no coming back from this. Let's play the clip.
Let me explain to you. Where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theories.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any plot. They can do any of these things. And then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like, oh my God, it's so tragic.
No, Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position, because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing. You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry. That makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die. But you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the conservative response to Pelosi's husband when they broke in.
I can answer that.
It's funny because Destiny is one of those people that gets mad when he speaks about when he argues with conservatives and speaks about J6, right? And then conservatives go, but BLM, and he gets mad because he's like, oh, let's just talk about J6. Let's not talk about BLM. But here he is doing the same thing on this specific issue. He goes and takes a hypocritical stance where he's now talking about Paul Pelosi and people's reactions to that versus really addressing what he's saying that's inhumane in the first place.
Mainstream media figures
I can answer that.
I don't care.
I can answer that.
With all due respect, I don't care what your answer is.
Let me answer that.
The reality is that conservatives have been turning the temperature up on the rhetoric. They have been making fun of these types of events for years, and now when something happens to them, now they're looking for sympathy from the liberal side. Absolutely not. It's insane. It's unhinged that you can conduct yourself in such a manner and expect people to feel sorry when things happen.
Why should anybody on the right listen to a word of your hectoring and lecturing about how they should behave? And by the way, for the record, the mockery of Nancy Pelosi's husband when he was attacked by an intruder with a hammer was also despicable, right? I can see despicable behavior on all sides, and I'm happy to call it out when I see it. You, however, want to present yourself as this great kind of standard bearer of decency, who sees outrageous behavior on the right time and again and is incensed by this disgusting, inhumane behavior. And yet time and again, since the attempted assassination of Donald Trump, you have displayed exactly the same kind of inhumane behavior. Fuck him about a fireman who is killed because he attends a rally of a guy he wants to vote for.
My issue with the MAGA kids is not that they are not empathetic. My issue is that they support a president that led an insurrection against the United States. I'm not here to tone police over their empathy.
18 million people voted for Donald Trump last time around.
That's great. 80 million people voted for a guy that tried to insurrect the government, and it looks like they might try to do it again. I mean, like, I don't know what you want me to say. These are the facts on the ground. The idea that
you don't like attacks on democracy. So presumably you would unreservedly condemn the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. because that's one of the most egregious attacks on American democracy in modern times. Presumably,
I don't think that
you will
anybody
take
should be
this opportunity,
trying to-
given you
I
are
don't think
so
anybody-
determined.
Wow. This guy's such a hypocrite, man. Piers is really cooking him right here. Piers Morgan. He's not even American.
To protect the integrity of democracy, you would find it absolutely outrageous that someone has tried to assassinate a president, right?
If the other conservatives on this show want to say that it was absolutely outrageous
I'm
that Donald
asking
Trump
you.
attempted to coup the government,
I'm asking
then,
you.
then maybe then I
Wow, so unhinged. Look at him. He cannot talk about this specific topic that he's been igniting this whole time. Speak of incendiary behavior. That's it right there. Now he wants to talk about J6, insurrection, all these different words. But he doesn't really want to talk about what he's been saying about the firefighter, fire chief who lost his life. He doesn't really want to condemn what happened to Donald Trump.
would. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get on my knees and beg for forgiveness or show
I'm
sympathy
not
to
asking you
conservatives.
to.
that
I'm
have
not
none.
asking for that. I'm asking you to condemn what happened as an egregious attack on democracy. Can you do that?
No, I won't. No, I won't. I won't.
You can't do that. You see,
Not
so
even-
why the hell,
Absolutely
frankly,
not.
Destiny,
Absolutely not.
why the
Absolutely
hell
not.
should we listen to
Absolutely
a
not.
word you have to say
Wait, hold
about?
on. Why do you think conservatives haven't been listening to a word that liberals have said about anything for 8 years?
Right,
What do you
but
think
why
is going to
should
change?
they?
You think
But
that if
here's my
liberals
point,
come out now
Destiny.
and they go, "Oh my God, this was so horrible,"
But here's
they're
my
going to go,
point.
"Wow, that is true."
Hey,
Maybe
wait a
that's
second.
should also like
Charlie,
turn the rhetoric down a
Charlie,
little
I'll bring you in at the end of this. I promise you, and you'll get a good chance to respond. But here's my problem, Destiny, with your whole position on this, right? Is that you don't actually have anything inside you that you want the other side to have. You don't have any of the empathy. You don't have any sympathy. You don't care that someone tried to assassinate
I'm not
Donald Trump.
asking for
You don't
empathy.
Wow, he's getting cooked.
care that a young fireman
you
with a
don't need any
family
of that.
was
I'm not
killed in the
asking for that.
process. You don't
Just don't
actually.
support an
You are not
insurrectionist.
the person you want these other people to be, and all you do is play whataboutery with every question I give you. And I'm just
Well,
startled.
it's
that
not
some-
what about it. We're talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about the temperature of this country. But here's a question for the two panelists. What percentage of this event happening was due to Donald Trump's rhetoric? What do they think the answer to that question is?
What percentage could it be that the other side,
Very
as
little.
we've just heard from Dave Rubin, has spent 8 years calling Donald Trump the new Adolf Hitler?
Yes, that's the answer. That's it. There's no other answer to this. He's trying to victim blame a guy who almost lost his life. Meanwhile, he wants to talk about democracy and all these things. It's so crazy how hypocritical he is. Have you guys not watched the mainstream media still today, but for over the last 8 years? But still today, they are saying these things about Donald Trump. He's a threat to democracy, that he's all these bad things. You don't think that rhetoric has something to do with that kid's mind being that way? You've got to be kidding me, Destiny, bro. This is crazy. And I think Piers Morgan said the best part. You don't have an ounce of exactly what you want the other side to have, which is empathy, sympathy, common sense at this point, awareness. You claim to be fighting for those things, but you don't even have that yourself. What a video. This guy took all the time to literally, after an assassination attempt on a former president, he took that to become the most incendiary person online, to become the most unhinged, not uniting, that he claims that the right isn't uniting. He's also not uniting. He's actually becoming the worst possible thing you can be in America after such a tragic. That's like on 9/11, right after the Twin Towers fell, right after 2,000, 3,000 people passed away, you then start to victim blame. Oh, it was America. There's a time and a place for those conversations. Trust me, I've had them. They're very uncomfortable about what America has done or what America did to lead up to those events. But at the end of the day, you don't see me victim blaming the people. You don't see me blaming people. You don't see me blaming Trump. So once again, you're victim blaming Trump, who's obviously the victim here. If you want to have a serious conversation that you think Trump caused this, why have it now? Why have it right away? Wait, somebody has passed away innocently, and you say you don't care. Crazy. It's wild. It's crazy. It's this is the type of rhetoric in America today that I can't get with, because I have conversations with people I don't agree with all the time. But bro, we almost lost our country. In my opinion, this country was about to head in a direction. If that bullet would have hit Trump, this country would have been, it would have headed in a direction that nobody's ready for. Trust me. I don't think that we're ready for something like that. I'm not trying to lose this country. Are you crazy? I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Smash the like button.